Good morning. I am getting ready to show you how to do some scrambled eggs, adding in a little bit of ham and some cheese. I just turned my pan on so it can start to warm up, and I'm just going to do kind of just a little rough cut on this ham. I just have it on a plate because it's easier to get it in the shot right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of oil, about not quite a tablespoon of oil in my pan. And another thing that I really want to emphasize is to crack your eggs into a custard cup before you mix them into your mixing bowl. You notice I'm going to take and crack it on a flat surface, and then I kind of put my fingers in like that, open it up, I inspect to make sure that there's no eggshell in there, and then I throw it in my mixing bowl. There's my second one. Open it up. There's no eggs there. And here is my third one. Okay. Oops, this one's going to be a little bit more tricky. It's a very hard shell. Okay. Crack it a second time. Okay. Once again, double check to make sure that there is no shell in there, and there is no shell in there. Now, I am going to want to have a damp dishcloth nearby so I can clean up that mess from the egg when I cut it. Now, I want to give it a good little whisk, and you can use the wire whisk, but really the fork is sufficient here. Okay, now I have another little trick I just learned this week that I would like you to try. If you'd like, as long as there are no food allergies in your group, you're going to put in, if you'd like, a half a teaspoon of cornstarch. Okay, it's in the container that looks like that. Now, that helps to move the bonds of the protein fibers so that they do not become tough. All right. Also, I am going to put in just a very small amount of salt right in my egg. Can you see that? Just a tiny amount. Okay. Some people think it makes your eggs tough. I don't believe that. I think it incorporates the salt into all of the eggs. Okay. Now that's good enough. And I am going to, I have my silicone tool here that I'm going to use because of course we don't want to have anything that is metal. And I'm going to pour my eggs in, and hopefully I hear a little sizzle. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because my friend should start to wash this now. Now, I do have, again, right here, my turkey, my cheese. I'm going to put that in at the last minute. And what I want to do with my scrambled eggs is just make sure, do you see this is the cooked part of the egg right there? Okay? I'm going to keep pulling the eggs around, okay, so that the cooked part goes on top and the uncooked part goes on the bottom. Now, I'm going to have my plate right close at hand because it's going to be done quickly. And I want to get my ham in there now. I'm going to move it around a little bit, okay, to incorporate my ham in it. And then I'm going to throw my cheese in. And that's 1/4 cup of cheese, but honestly, that's more than you need for scrambled eggs. And I'm just going to leave it in that pan long enough. I'm going to turn off the heat now. So I take the pan off the heat because it doesn't really need the heat to cook it anymore. I just want it to have a little bit of residual, a few more seconds of time in that pan with the residual heat. Okay, now I'm going to put it on my plate. This is the big plate that's going to go in the center of your table, and you will serve yourselves from that big plate. Okay, center this a little bit more. And we are not done yet. By the way, you should definitely have your table set before you start. Okay, now the last thing is a little bit of garnish, all right? And I'm going to take a little bit of parsley, and like I demonstrated to you yesterday, that's more than enough, I think. I think we'll use that one. Okay, you're going to hold it up high, and you're going to snip the tiniest, tiniest little slices. And you want some of that parsley on your food, but you also want it on the plate, okay? So it can be beautiful, okay? The whole presentation will be very pretty. And that one sprig of parsley was actually more than enough that I needed, all right? And there you go. That's what you're going to be presenting to yourself and to other friends. It's a 3-egg scrambled, and you may want to, even before you go to the table, kind of separate it out a little bit like this. And you know, bring your phones, take a picture. Okay, there you go. That's scrambled eggs.